Hi, everybody. I will give just a couple more moments for everybody to join. Just so you know, please enter questions in the Q&A and chat. It would be great to hear where everybody is from and your name. And then I will get into introductions in a second. I'll give it like a minute or two. So in the meantime, while we are waiting, I will go ahead and go through our agenda. So we'll go through some introductions, some housekeeping, which seem very similar. Then some tips and tricks that we have come up with before you guys ask any questions. Then a Q&A, which is really the time for you guys to ask us questions. Please make sure to write in the Q&A section so that we can see your questions and so that everybody else can see your questions. And then we'll also do a quick survey. So, quick introduction. My name is Sarah. I am a customer success manager and I will be hosting this webinar along with Dima, who is also a customer success manager, and Tudor, who is an application support engineer. So, all
Everyone.
of us, Dima, I don't think we can hear you. Now
Oh, I think you do know, maybe.
I can. So, all three of us will be helping you out today, answering questions. And again, to get started, it would be great if people could write in the chat. And first of all, I guess let me know if you can hear me. Um, and then I guess we'll go from there because if you can't hear me, then we have bigger issues. Oh, that's why. Great. Thank you, Christian and Jesse. So I would love to hear where you guys are from. That's just fun to see where everybody is joining from. And again, a reminder to please enter your questions in the Q&A. And if there are any questions throughout that we, for some reason, don't get to or don't answer to your liking, again, we're going to try and answer all of the questions. I want to invite everybody to email success@atera.com. I just want to put that email there. Okay, thank you. I can see that Miguel is from Illinois, somebody from Atlanta, Toronto, Northern California, Kenya. We have people from all over. That's great. And before we get started with today's webinar, I just want to remind everybody that we have a ton of different training webinars. We have our Keeping It Real webinar, that's today. We have a AIT masterclass, RMM webinars. We have other webinars about billing, network discovery, patching, all that stuff. In addition to that, we have our knowledge base, which is actually revamped and very exciting. We have our community, which I'll show you, Facebook group, which we're doing a little bit less. We have live chat, and then that's available 24/7. So let's get started. I will stop sharing my screen and I will start sharing another screen. And again, thank you everybody for going ahead and adding questions to the Q&A. I'm going to share my screen. Dima, can you confirm that you can see the platform?
Yep. Yep.
Awesome. So this is the Atera platform, of course. Something that I actually want to point out that not everybody is aware of. This isn't new, but this little light bulb up here, it is called What's New. This is a really good place to see exactly what's being released and a good way to make sure that you're making use of all these new features. It's really common that I will get on a call with a customer and they won't have any idea that a new feature was released. And I think this is the best way to make sure that you're taking advantage of that. So again, you see all the new features when they were released. You can also go to release notes, which has more detailed, but I always like to point that out. And then something else that I wanted to point out is the community, like I mentioned before. So this is Atera's internal IT community that actually you can't see. Now you can see it. This is Atera's internal IT community. This is a great place to join other members and discuss tips and tricks on the platform. People also raise questions. On Atera's side, we post some things. We remind you of new apps that are coming, things like that. You can go to discussions. You can also access support from here and contact us. Again, you can access the release notes. You can earn badges for different things, certain likes or contributing to discussions or anything like that. And again, it's just a really great place to speak with like-minded people using the same platform as you, um, and a really great place to also share your knowledge. And it does say sign in, but you just need to have your sign in from Atera, and then you're all good to go.
Yeah.
So I
One
just
quick
wanted to,
addition, maybe,
yeah,
Sarah, on the topic. I was looking through it just today, and I actually enjoyed the trending discussions tab. Uh,
yeah,
yeah, and also like all the popular tags. So guys, feel free to join the conversation, and as you can see, they're sorted for your convenience by the most popular tags.
mm-hmm,
So yeah, a lot of things regarding scripting and ticketing, most of them, and a lot of people are discussing things in the "how do I" style, because
mm-hmm.
everybody has their tips and tricks for. So feel free, and also you can earn points and well
Yes, exactly. And then
get some cool stuff.
yeah, yeah, with those points, you can get swag and different things like that. And I do actually just quickly want to mention because we did scroll through it and it was a bit relevant. Somebody brought up that the community or Reddit was possibly censored. I just wanted to get on top of that and say that it is not. We had an issue with Reddit where it was blocking posts for no reason. We have since solved that and have contacted them and everything. But I did just want to put that out there. This is an open community, so I really do invite you to contribute. Um, so I see that we have a question.
Yeah, let's start with an interesting one.
What is
I'm,
Atera?
yeah, correct.
Great question, Miguel. Atera is an RMM PSA all-in-one tool that basically allows you to monitor your IT devices. You can use our ticketing system. If you're an MSP, you can use our billing. It's really just a place where you can have everything, including backup, antivirus, anything like that. So if you are an IT professional, Atera is something very helpful that you should definitely use. And we will also reach out if this is a legitimate query. We will get on top of that, and you should be using Atera.
Yeah. Sarah, well, on the a bit of a one step back in the conversation, Tom is asking what about the Reddit thread, the official one we have. I think you are aware. I think it's r/Atera.
Let me
Is it official
see.
one? Yep. Where
Yes,
we'll
so that is the Reddit that is monitored by us and looked at. Again, since we created our internal IT community a little while ago, that's mainly where our focus is. Um, but that is also the official Reddit community because I know that there are also backups. Um, so I see that there are a couple of other questions.
Yep.
Dima, if you want to share the next
Yep.
one.
Sure. I will be more than happy to do so. Um, okay. So on this one, I might take if
Sure,
if you allow me to. So
sure.
are you able to schedule Windows updates, third-party software updates? So this Miguel, thanks for your question. Actually, it's a like very popular question that I constantly get on customer calls, especially when we onboard new customers. And this is something that is called the patch management IT automation. You can achieve this, and I will share my screen in a minute, in a second, sorry. Let me know when you can see this. So the patch management and IT automation lives under the main admin tab. And basically you can have um, a lot of options in terms of being able to update and keep your devices clean, keep your devices updated, and all of it. Um, at the moment, we support multiple OS, including Windows, Mac, and Linux. We support the patch management for this patch management, security updates of all kinds and sorts, and including the drivers and tools. Very popular question, which I get for some reason recently, it's the tool updates. And I wanted to stop here before we move to the third party patch management. Tool updates are actually it's on the web. There is no like clear definition and list what applications are included. However, as we know, Microsoft company, when it updates itself on the side, it may update the third-party tools like Adobe driven products, some Oracle driven products, and basically this is something that makes those products compatible because some Windows updates make them non-workable. So yeah, this is something to be aware of. On the third-party patching, yes, it's available. There's several ways to do this. Depending on the Atera plan you're on, there are several ways to patch and install software, patch it. But basic patching is available to everybody, and depending on the OS type, you can click on it and you will see what is available on this or that OS type. Very important that we have a very cool feature, which is the run the profile on the newly installed agents, and you can force run the profile at the very moment you actually hit the button and you get the device up to date. You can also do the excluding software patches if you have anything in your mind that is not a good fit for your company. And also below on the OS patch approval settings, you will see what patching pieces you would like to be included, excluded, or postponed, or maybe never installed in the first place, because this is something where you can save yourself from, for example, holiday season. And we advise usually before the new year, which was just several weeks ago, for example, postpone all the critical updates for 14 days so you don't get any notifications when you're on vacation spending time with the family. And the last thing you want to do is to start to fix anything if the newly released KBs will be something you don't want your PCs to have. And also you will see what patches were excluded or postponed, and you can do bulk approve, bulk exclude, or do this one by one. And you can also type in some, for example, hardware specific brand names, start with a KB. If you know any specific KB number you want it to be not installed. Mm, and this is something that is very commonly used, so no, feel free to use it. Also, if you are not sure how to work with this, most pages in Atera have the Learn More button, and they will lead you to the KB article, which is basically our help center, which has just been updated, and you will see detailed guides and especially for people who join us and who are trialing Atera, who are new to the platform. For you, will be a very handy manual that might resolve a lot of stuff in the first place.
Yeah. Thanks, Dima. I just wanted to quickly point out that somebody just asked a question about Windows upgrades 10 and 11. If you could also just go over where that is in the profile.
Yeah. So. There is also a possibility to do this to upgrade the Windows 10. So, but there will be a license check, and maybe Tudor can shed some technical details on this. But yeah, in general, you can do this, but there must be an available license at your disposal for to perform this kind of action.
Yes,
Tudor,
definitely.
maybe.
The agent, the device that you're running the upgrade on, needs to have the upgrade from 10 to 11 already available locally. So if that device is ready for the upgrade, you should be able to run this upgrade through Atera as well through the upgrade section.
Thanks, Tutor.
Yep. Yeah, and also software management. One of the questions about the third-party software. So as you know, we install software by default using the software bundles. Basically, those bundles are created based on the Chocolatey for Windows and Homebrew for Mac public repositories. And on top of this, we have 19 software items which are not will be updated regardless of the source of installation. Then they're all listed in the respective KB article, which you can access right from the patching and IT automation page. Yeah, so very popular like Google Chrome, 7-Zip. So you see a lot of and even Zoom and some VLC players, Skype. Yeah, this is something to consider. And yeah, and installing third-party software and patch it further. So the scripting is in place for most plans. However, our enterprise plan includes the private repository capabilities, which actually extends your ability to install not only the software which is available in Chocolatey or Homebrew, but on top of this, it allows you to install custom versions, custom builds of software. For example, you will see we just introduced this feature. Let me actually go to the admin page and go to the software management. You will see if your plan allows this, we also offer a 14-day trial for the highest plan at the moment. So feel free to come to us to come to your dedicated customer success manager to request a 14-day trial to test out the software repository yourself. It's a new feature which allows you to connect your NuGet repository outside of Terra or some other third-party repositories, including JFrog, Azure, and some other. You can check it in the respective KB article. But basically, what it allows you to do is to install specific versions and builds of software, and you do one-time effort in connecting everything, and then you just upload the software. And when you will be applying this specific version of software to your IT automation profile, let's pretend it's this profile. I will just type 7, and you will see that the 7-zip has a public version, and also it has a success IT department private repository version, which is very specific and can be added to one of the software bundles of your choice if you have any specific regulations to follow. Hope that answers the question.
I feel like that answered a lot of questions that people didn't even know they had. So that was awesome, Dima. Thank you. I wanted to quickly touch on somebody just back to the community. Somebody asked about a specific badge on the community called Attended Webinar. I just wanted to clarify that's just for a one-time webinar, but I also posted in the answer to that chat or in the answer to that question, sorry, all of our badges, and you can see all of the details in there in the community. And if you have any questions, you can also reach out to us directly and we'll be able to help you with that. But again, you can win cool swag, so definitely get invested in those badges. And then I understand that somebody, Christian, asked about seeing other users' tickets from his company. So you should be able to see other people's tickets, other technicians. And that's just based on filters, like somebody wrote in the answer as well. You also, however, mentioned that you don't have access to upload in the knowledge base, which leads me to believe that there may be some limitation on your technician role and permissions. So that's something that you're going to have to talk to your admin about. Again, our roles and permissions section in admin, you can really customize what different technicians have permissions to do. So if you feel like you don't have permission to do something on the platform, I definitely suggest going to the admin because there is the possibility to edit a knowledge base. So good question. And again, I would definitely reach out to your personal admin. And there was also a question, I forgot that I'm supposed to be sharing questions. There was also a question, when generating an AI response, there's no option that will send to the user. We'll be doing it manually by copy paste. So this is talking about the AI in our ticketing, and I'm actually just gonna go ahead and share my screen so that we can all see that. Give me just 1 second. Again, hoping that everybody can see my screen. So basically, this is the ticketing page. We can choose a classic printer is not working. Atera customer success loves using printer is not working as a demo ticket. So again, here's a ticket for those of you who have not seen. Again, this is a very basic ticket because it's not really from an end user. You can either do internal note or public reply, but that's not relevant right now. What is relevant is the AI assistant. So basically, for those of you who are not familiar, we have an AI assistant that basically can summarize the ticket for you. In this case, the ticket obviously is not very long, so I could just read right through it. But in the case where there's a lot of back and forth and maybe you're a different technician working on a ticket for somebody else, this can be really helpful. You can summarize it as a paragraph, bulleted list, or executive report. So again, you have different options. You can generate a solution. So again, it's like here it says there was an issue with printing. So it says check the printer's power source, check the printer's settings, and different things like that. There is sometimes an option to generate a script if it's relevant, but we'll skip that and just go to generate reply. So again, here the suggested reply is this, and you do need to copy and paste it. However, that is a feature request in terms of being able to automatically put that into the chat. And so I will forward that to our product team, as well as I suggest that you guys add that to our features board, which leads me to my next point, which is showing you the features board. So if you go to the top right-hand corner, your little icon, and you click, it's below Atera Community, you click on features board, that will take you to our, you guessed it, features board. It's loading right now. But basically, if you have an idea for a new feature, you can post it here, and then you can get likes and dislikes. Again, you can see that this is asking for example, MS Office updates, and as a user, you can say if that's not important to you, important or critical. And this is really where our product and R&D team look in terms of deciding what they want to develop next. So definitely check that out.
Sarah, I wanted to mention something on the AI assistant topic.
Yeah, sure.
It was actually raised in several calls with my customers, and yeah, I wanted to touch some important aspect to do some very important community service for yourself and the other people on the platform. And depending on, for example, reset password, you will see the representation, which can be different according to your liking. My preference is the bulleted list. But whenever you receive a response from the AI, you will see the small thumbs up and thumbs down buttons, and they are not a cosmetic. They actually do the contribution to the learning curve of the AI model. And yeah, don't be shy and click on those buttons if the solution was actually helpful. It helps the AI model to adapt further and be more efficient. Yep.
Thank you for adding that, Dima. I also just want to point out you guys are doing a great job with the questions. A lot are coming in. I do want to remind you to please send them to our Q&A so that we make sure we get to them.
And we can display them on screen also. Yeah, from chat,
Yes,
we can just read
so
them out.
I am going to display this by Miguel. Great question. Are you able to remote into user devices? Yes, you are. On all plans, you get Splashtop included in your subscription, so you're able to remote that way. Also, if you have the middle tier or above, you also get AnyDesk. We also connect to Screen Connect and Dima. I'm blanking right now.
TeamViewer.
TeamViewer. And
Yeah.
if you have those subscriptions, you can connect them automatically and remote in. There are a couple of different ways that you can remote in. I can go ahead and share my screen, but it's all going to be from the devices page. So you can go directly from a device here. Seeing the devices page, I'm going to find something that's online. So usually you would just be able to connect here because there's not a GUI. I can't connect, but you can see that it's just showing the AnyDesk logo, and you can connect directly from there. Otherwise, we can go to Bill's top secret laptop, and we can connect here. Again, you can click directly, and basically in settings, you choose which remote connection you want to be your default, and then that will show up here. We do have a lot of our customers who are mainly using remote connection, but we do also recommend that you use some of the automations that we showed you, like the IT automation profiles, threshold profiles, alerts, things like that. And I believe that there was another question about IT automation. Oh, are you able to run? Here, I'll share it again. So another question, are you able to run scheduled scripts? For example, I'd like to set up a script to wipe a public network drive daily at 5 p.m. Again, great question. So yes, you are able to do that. So what Dima showed earlier is a great example of a place that you could do that. So again, if we just search an admin, automation, and go to patch management and IT automation, I can just click a random profile that we can play around with. And basically you can just go to add script on the right hand side. Again, click add script and you can see your personal scripts. You can see our shared script library of over 900 scripts. I feel like every time I get on a webinar and I show our shared script library, there's like 100 new scripts, which is awesome. And then you can also create a script. And here you'll just see a regular script, like you'll have to write it or copy and paste yourself. However, there is our scripting generator. If you select scripts and you click create script, here, we have our generative AI script recommendation. So basically, you can write exactly what you want to do. Let's say what Miguel asked, wipe a public. I don't know how to word it. Let's see what it gives me. There you go. It gave me a script. You can also choose the file type. You can also run this on the spot if you choose to, but then basically what you would do is you would create the script, add it to a patch management and IT automation profile, and schedule that for every day. So I hope that answered your question, Miguel.
It's yeah, important note. It's still providing the foundation of the script because yet the AI is not aware of how your environment is built. So the
Yes.
path to files will be something that is on your side to modify. However, it populates the name of the script already, description, so you have a couple of clicks away from injecting the script, and you can do this in a schedule. And popular thing, which I just remembered, is that the IT automation profile have to have at least one schedule to be operational. Yeah, so otherwise they will remain dormant, and even if they are applied to certain devices until they have a schedule in place, they will remain dormant. So keep an eye out. And also on the scripting topic, I wanted to touch something that is very frequently appearing on my calls. I will go again to the patch management. So we don't have the graphic representation of how you should split them, but our general recommendation will be to have 3 to 4, maybe sometimes 5 IT automation profiles in place, just to be on the safe side in regards to critical updates, all the rest of the updates. Uh, everything's related to software and everything's related to maintenance and scripting. Reason for this is that you minimize the uh, crossover of two IT automation profiles and get the best experience. And especially don't like our suggestion is not to put all eggs in one basket, especially when it comes to mixed environment consisting of Windows and Mac devices, because crossing the road of one another, they will eventually will give you some errors in the recent processes report. And this is something that we see people still doing, but we encourage you to actually split the profiles, because like yet another profile will not hurt anyone, but it will improve their overall experience.
Awesome, great tip. Okay, here is another question from Dirk. Hi, we are using Atera in locations where bandwidth is still limited and expensive, satellite connections. We are waiting for a local cache and/or offline repository for software distribution and, even more important, Windows updates. Any news on that? Great question, Dirk. Right now, this is a feature request. We are very cloud-based at the moment. However, I'm sure if there appears to be a need, we will be open to hearing that. So again, I encourage you to write that on the features board that I showed you earlier. Great question. And on to the next one. So here's a question from Alan back to the private repository. The question is, does your system check for malware if it is added to software repository, or should we check for that prior? So if you are adding your own software to the private repository, we advise that you check for that prior. And of course, any software that's in Chocolatey or Homebrew has already been checked and is okay to go. So that was a great question. Another question about back to roles and permissions. Can a junior technician be assigned only to see selected customers and not see other customers? Yes, this is something that you can do in roles and permissions. And since it has come up a couple of times, I'm actually going to go ahead and just share where you can do that. So back to admin we go. So first we're going to go to access roles, and we're basically going to create a new role. Only I could spell it correctly. And basically, you create this role. You can name it generically like technician or tier 1, tier 2, admin, whatever you want. And then over here, you can choose the permissions. You can choose full admin access. You can go through here and really customize. And over here on the right-hand side where it says customers, that's where you can limit a technician to only a specific customer. And you basically just click add customer here, and you select from one of your customers. And that basically means that they'll only be able to see this one customer. You can select multiple, but that is how you do that. And in general, this is where the roles are, and then you're going to save it. And then if you go to technicians, you'll be able to create that role or assign that role more. Great question about that. I feel like we're really touching a lot of areas of the platform today, which is great.
Yeah, yeah, all kinds of sorts of questions. Yeah, we definitely thank you for making this very interesting for the whole group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, a question from Tom. Is there a way to change the language on the customer agent? At the moment, there is not. However, my favorite answer, feature request. Please put that in. I'm sure you are not the only one to request that. It probably is honestly already on the features board. So definitely add that there. That would be great.
Yeah, also, Sarah, I see a lot of questions in the chat regarding the Splashtop. I think we will address them. I will try to address them in one go. So, Splashtop works great. Uh, Thanks for the comment. But sometimes it takes a bit of some people have the default hardware acceleration profile set to the Direct 3D with YUV, which is the default profile. And if you have reduced resolution, please switch to the Direct 3D with RGB. This is something our friends from support, Tudor, can confirm this. We do this quick fix quite a lot, and Splashtop actually applies this profile by default, even though the Direct 3D with RGB is the way to go to improve the resolution experience. And speaking of the general settings, and so is the way to have attended access of via code as part of the offering is I had to get a Splashtop SOS. So um, even though we offer the Splashtop as a default offering for all our plans, AnyDesk starts from the second plan, each on ITD and MSP, and the TeamViewer and Screen Connect are bring your own licenses. Splashtop SOS is something that can be integrated into your Atera account. However, it requires a separate license. And on the attended access, as you can see, for AnyDesk, we have more options in terms of the remote access types and even the disable and disable the feature to disable and uninstall AnyDesk if you have found some conflicts between your RMM you're currently using. Um, and yeah, Splashtop will soon inherit that type of customization upfront because by default Splashtop comes with the unattended type of access. For some people, it's a good fit, but between the Splashtop and AnyDesk, it's kind of Coca-Cola, Pepsi. Both of them have pros and cons, so it's up to you to choose. So, yep, this is something to be aware of.
Thank you, Dima.
No
So
worries.
now we have another question from Miguel. Is there different tiers for the total devices you can manage? Are you able to manage different locations and keep them separated? So there's a couple things here. So you can manage as many devices as you want. That is the whole beauty of our pay per technician instead of pay per device. So that is definitely an advantage of using Atera. And in terms of managing different locations and keeping them separate, if you are an MSP, you can just create separate customers. And if you're an IT department, you can just create separate sites, and that will section off those different locations. And you can run different profiles. You can do a bunch of different things that are segmented based on those different locations. So no, there's not a number of total devices that you can manage. And yes, you are able to manage different locations and keep them separated. And we also had a question about white labeling. Can we white label the dashboard to change to our company logo instead of Atera? So yes, we do offer white labeling. Again, that is an admin. I'm going to pull that up. So if you just search white label, pretty straightforward, in admin, you will find our white label section, logo and color. You can also choose whether you have it on the customer portal, Atera platform, or both. And you just toggle that on there and you can add your logo and choose your color. You can also add your company icon that's relevant for the help desk agent, as well as the customer portal view. And then also you can customize your reports and invoices, so that will also have your logo on it. So yes, you can white label. And
Yeah, another question from can I white label the service name of a Terra agent? So what you can white label for the Windows devices is the tray icon. I get this quite frequently as I work with large customers, and it comes on a lot of like most of my calls when we start the onboarding is that can you replace the Terra icon in the tray for the company logo, and the short answer is yes, you can do this. So people are not, reporting a Terra icon as some random software which was just installed on their machines. So this is something to improve their experience with the
Yeah.
solution. Yeah,
So
sorry.
that's over here at the bottom where it says help desk agent icon. So in the company icon, you change the icon and then it's available in the customer portal and the help desk agent
Correct.
to
Makes
prevent
people more
that from
comfortable.
happening.
One quick tip, if I may. So
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Sure.
if you don't want your clients to see their Atera agent being displayed under apps and feature, one thing you can do is simply delete the uninstall, uh, the key related to the Atera agent from the uninstall registry Hive for Windows. I believe we also have a script in our shared script library that does basically that, and it's not going to white label the service, but they should be unaware of its existence if it doesn't appear in apps and features. If they are tech savvy and look for services or anything, it's still going to be displayed as the Atera agent service. However, you can find different ways in which you can hide it from there.
Awesome. Thanks, Tutor. That is a great tip. There was just a question that I planned on answering and then it got away from me. Here we are. So somebody asked about if you install a server with a default automation profile or a default threshold profile, if you can change it after. And the answer is yes. You can always adjust a threshold profile, an IT automation profile. It's super easy. So there's nothing like, oh, I already set it up one way, so I can't set it up a different way. There was a question about the help desk agent icon displaying on a Mac. At the moment, it is just for Windows, but again, that is a future request that we are aware of. And again, Alan, I suggest that you go on and upvote that on the features board.
Yep. Ricardo is winning the question game today. Actually, on the chat, I noticed a couple more questions. And it also comes up a lot. So, is there a plan to allow us to use different subscriptions for different users? For example, I would love to be able to leverage some features, but only, I guess, for a specific technician. So Atera agent is applied across the board. So if you upgrade, it upgrades the Atera plan for the whole team. However, we encourage you to reach out to your dedicated customer success manager who can connect you to the account management team, and we will do our best to come up with a creative solution so it fits your needs the best way possible to leverage most of the features. And also, yeah, again, I'm emphasizing that we are now able to we have more rights to give the trial of the higher plan, so you can try first. Especially goes out to the private repository, and yeah, for 14 days you can easily try it before you actually start the conversation, budgeting, and all the rest.
I also want to add to that, another reason that you may want to do that is for the advanced reporting. For those of you who don't know, we have our native reports, our classic reports that we've had for a while. And then a little while ago, we added advanced reporting. So you can really create your own dashboards, create your own reports. They look really good. So I think that's definitely worth checking out as well, because you might as well make use of something that you already have available to you. I did just want to share another question from Tom. The buttons to remote into a machine, are they also working if the technician is using Linux? So remoting in, yes, you can use Splashtop, and for Linux, you can use AnyDesk. But the short answer is yes, you can remote into Linux, no problem. And is there an example for the reporting? So yes, since we were just talking about the advanced reporting, I can go in and show you guys that. And again, definitely reach out to your customer success manager or just success@atera.com if you're interested in checking out the reporting, because now, as Dima mentioned, we can trial the higher plans. So you can see my screen, going to go under reports to advanced reports. Uh-oh. This is not supposed to happen. Dima, can you share your screen?
Yep. Let me save the day a bit. Uh,
This happens,
yeah.
by the way,
So
if
What
you
would I
logged
do
into
without
an
you?
incognito tab. If
yeah.
Yeah, that
So
is why.
the advanced reporting is a bit different because classic reports are available to all plans, and depending on the type of the product you're using, MSP or ITD, you will see a different set of reports. Uh, Partially, it's because the MSP product also includes the billing related reporting. But all in all, the classic reports provide you the basic functionality, and the advanced reports give you two capabilities. Uh, we give you the access to some shared reports when it's the same moment you start to have the subscription which supports that. For example, you want to do the technician overview, and the Google Looker, which is integrated into Otera to represent this data in a nice way, it will present who is the most efficient technician, who is loaded the most, and also you can do this day by day, and you will see a bunch of filters which you can actually save. But a pro tip for the pre-configured reports, I came across this twice actually, how to save the filters. And it's not very, obvious because the Google Looker is built that way. And to do this, you go to the shared folder, you're making a copy of a report, everything becomes grayed out. You click the back button, go to my folder, and click copy the report. And it will create a copy of the report, which will be specific to you. And from there, you will be able to, for example, ticket type any value, and you will see that actually you can reset filters and for example the date and do some settings in terms of do some settings over the way you want the data to be present. And also you can for example view some components in the expanded view. You can download the data, and you can choose the different frequency of the refresh. Sometimes you need it like almost real time. Sometimes one day is more than enough. So yeah, this is something that you can do. And yeah, as you can see, you can add field values here. And but if it's not enough and you want to go higher, in the subscription tiers, there's ability to choose the data set. And basically, what you can do is, for example, choose the data sets instead and start building your own reports from the data set, and to track a bunch of variables which are being tracked on the platform. And as you can see, all the ticket related fields present here. Again, this is something to be presented at a dedicated demo, and it will take a lot of our time today. We usually have a dedicated sessions for advanced reporting because it's not an easy like 5-minute explanation, but you get the idea that you have a bunch of variables that you can include. And then you will be able to not only get the table representation, but also the visualize the data, which gives you great flexibility. You can also schedule them, send them, so all the team will be up to date with the most detailed data possible.
Exactly. I'm actually just looking because I know that we have a walkthrough of the advanced reports. So I just wanted to find that to send in the chat to everybody.
Mm-hmm. And before we will be moving towards the wrap up, and while you're looking, I will launch the survey 10 minutes before we finish, and which is exactly now, so you can feel your feedback. And yep,
Yes, we
I've
really
launched it.
appreciate it.
Yeah, because the feedback is crazy important for us because we're having these sessions. We dedicate time and effort to them, and we will be more than happy to see if these sessions are efficient. Maybe you want to see something built different. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. And I did find that support article. I posted it in the chat, and you can see a demo if you're interested. Again, reach out to Success. And for those questions that we didn't answer, I think I'm going to quickly rapid fire through a couple of them. Ricardo asked again the hard hitting questions. MDM, when is that happening? We are still looking into it. We know that that is a highly, highly, highly requested feature from our clients. We hear you, we see you, and our product and R&D team are working to see the best solution that can fit those needs. There was a question about downloading open tickets into an Excel spreadsheet or CSV. Yes, you can do that using the API, and you can find the API documentation in our admin. Is there anything else? Does Atera have endpoint detection and response, EDR? Yes, we have Bitdefender, we have Malwarebytes, and we have ESET that have EDR. Did I miss anything else? It looks like no. So as Dima mentioned, please fill out the survey. We really do appreciate it. This is the time for you, not for us. So we really want to make sure that it's valuable for you. Again, if there's something that you felt wasn't answered or anything like that, please feel free to reach out to success@atera.com. You can also reach out to me directly, sarah@atera.com. I also just added that in the chat. Of course, we are also available 24/7. Support is available 24/7 via live chat. We are available most of the time as well. So we really appreciate everybody taking the time to be here, listening, your patience when things maybe did not go as planned. And we hope
I
you
think
guys
we have,
all have a great day, night, whatever it
yeah.
is ahead.
But before we go, Sarah, do you mind
Yeah,
if I take maybe the last one?
of course.
Um, yeah, so the last but not least question, which is crazy important because Miguel touched it like in the nick of time in regard to the EDR capabilities. Does it Atera have it? And yeah, um, before we move forward, so most of our CyberSec products have it. So Bitdefender, Malwarebytes, they have the EDR capabilities. If you check their licensing, you will see in the prices, you will see that EDR is one of the add-ons you can add to the base product. We also offer, depending on your goal, we also offer three-way conversations with the vendors themselves, so they can show you most advanced features of their products as we partner with them. However, just last week we introduced a new solution into the marketplace, which is Signet. Not everybody knows this, but it's a great cybersec SMB/mid-market solution. What makes it really cool and stand out is that the pricing is $4 per device, and 360 protection stands by not only the EDR but the MDR capabilities, which is managed detection and response, and it makes it the most affordable MDR powered cybersec solution in our portfolio. The integration right now is offered. Is the base integration is currently offered. You can have the 14-day free trial, and soon we will be adding the ability to roll out the agent through within Atera, because our solutions like Acronis, Bitdefender, Malwarebytes, and Webroot, they share the same functionality, being able to roll out the agents from within Atera.
Awesome. Thank
Yep.
you, Dima, for plugging our new partner and again, showing all the apps that we have. Again, we really appreciate everybody staying with us, coming out here today. Thank you very much to my partners, Dima and Tudor. Could not have done it without you. And yeah, we hope to see you here again soon.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Have a great one.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Bye
guys.
bye.
Bye bye.